words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, Part 2, Letters on the Mother by Our Lord, Chapter 7, True Relation with the Mother, page 179. Sri Aurobindo says, "This thought of yours that mother cares for all as her children and does not care for you is evidently a quite groundless idea and does not rest on any solid basis. She is as affectionate in her love and care for you and in her way towards you as to any others and more than to most. There is nothing solid or specific that we can see on which the idea can rest. Certainly, it corresponds to no reality in the mother's feelings. But I have noted that this kind of idea always comes up in the minds of sadhaks and sadhikas, especially the later, when they become despondent or listen to the suggestions from outside them. Always they say the same thing as you. You love and care for all. Only for me you do not love and care. I am evidently unfit for the yoga, or you would not keep me far from you like that. I shall never arrive at anything. What is the use of remaining here only to trouble you? What have I to live for? But when the psychic being is well awake, then these thoughts, this despondency, these wrong notions are bound to go away. What you feel, therefore, is just this despondency and the wrong suggestions it brings. It does not correspond to any reality in the mother's feelings or behavior towards you. It will go with the rest as the inner being. The soul in you comes more and more forward, and for the soul in you knows that it loves the mother and the mother loves you. It cannot be blinded by the suggestions that deceive the mind and the vital nature. Do not, therefore, remain in these thoughts that they have no foundation but are only a mood of despondency or a suggestion from outside. Let the psychic being in you grow and the mother's force work. The relation of the child and the mother is there in your soul. It will make itself felt in your mind and the vital and the physical consciousness till it becomes the foundation of the whole consciousness on which all sadhana can be firm and secure. These words were spoken by our Lord on 26th July 1935. Sri Aurobindo also says, all the mother's love and help will remain with you unchanged as before. The whole difficulty comes from a vital movement which wants to possess in the wrong way by comparison with others instead of living fully in close relation of your heart and soul with the mothers. It is same in your relation with X, but this is a defect common in human nature and many here have it. It is not a thing that cannot be removed from the nature. Indeed, since your heart and soul want to be free from it, it cannot but go. Do not be discouraged, therefore, when it returns owing to the old habit. With the mother's love and help, what your heart and soul desire will surely come and the wrong obscuring element disappear. Date 25th September 1935. Question. Am I right in my feeling that my psychic being is always active in the front for some years now? For this question, Sri Aurobindo says, If your psychic is in front and active, that is, busy changing and controlling the mind, vital and physical, how is it that there is an upsetting of your nature by the mother's dealings with you? If the psychic is in front and active, it would immediately tell any part of the nature that wanted to get upset. Whatever the mother does or decides must be accepted with surrender and gladness. The mind must not believe that it knows better than the mother what ought to be done. The vital must not want the mother to act according to its wants and preferences. For such ideas and desires belong to the old nature and have no place in the psychic and spiritual. These are the errors of the ego, and if it had the control of the nature, the upsetting would at once cease or fade away. Indeed, if it had full control, such upsettings would be impossible. It must be assumed, therefore, that the psychic may have been exerting some influence on the being, but that its control is far from complete, or that the vital has risen up and covered the psychic and suspended its influence. But if the psychic is fully in front, not veiled or not merely emerging, then it would be impossible to cover it up altogether. They could only be at most an upsetting on the surface, while within all remain quiet, conscious, and devoted. Date 2nd July 1936.